that an intro? That would be hilarious. Let's get ready to party, baby. Bring it. Bring it. Well, hey everyone. Sorry I'm hopping on so late. I really don't like going this late. It just cuts into a lot. And honestly, the later in the day I get, the more kind of burned out I am. Although I do like to do later in the afternoon because it gives me time throughout the day to think about what I want to talk about, especially if I'm in a serious mood. And I'm kind of in a serious mood. I kind of have been for the last few days. Sorry, I'm trying to make this. It's on right, I think. Um, like I have some real things I've been pondering that I kind of want to talk about. Why don't you sit up there? Wow. Hey, mods. Hey, Robin Miners. Hey, Lady O. Kristen Hawk. I hope I didn't make you feel uncomfortable yesterday, but you gave me a lot to think about, and I appreciate you being so open with us. Hey, Jennifer Minton. That's okay. She probably already left. Love you, babe. Hey, Megan Roberts. Case Face made it. Love you, babe. Hey, Marty Jewel. Hey, DS Kitty. DS Kitty, your text meant a lot to me today, and I just want to say thank you. Hey, Whidbey Island hippie girl. No, I really liked the title of this. It's not directed at anyone before anyone thinks that it's not. It's just something that I saw and I really, really liked it. And I kind of want to talk about that. But it's not like some secret coded weird, like this is about somebody and we're going to skirt around it. No, it's nothing like that. I just thought that was a really interesting thing to talk about and discuss. Hey, West Coast. Hey, Sherry Hicks, Amy Knight, Lindsay. Hey, babe. By the way, guys, congratulations. I haven't even told her this and I've spoken to her privately all day today. Lindsay, she is a certain amount of days sober. I think it's in the 70s. That's a really big deal. I don't care if somebody comes on and says I'm 22 years sober or I'm this many days sober. That's a really big deal. I am attracted to people who overcome things and resist, and I'm proud of that for her. So Lindsay, you just made me think that. And I'm glad I didn't say it too privately. I'd rather say it publicly. Hey, Joanne Hawley, Donna Koopa, Charcoal Ninja, Kim Leaf, Debbie Gonzalez. Hey, babe. Aspire to Inspire. I hope your vacation's going well. Go get them. Hey, Liz Tricks, FAFO, Barbara Waite. Hey, Alicia. I love when I see Alicia. Thank you, Donna Cooper. I do too. Hey, Squirrel Girl. Christy Lynn Wilson. You know, I was thinking about you today because I was going to do a God stream soon. And I was like, I wonder if she'll ever come back to my streams at all. I don't ever see you anymore. I'm happy to see you. And the reason I equated you to a God stream is I enjoy you in the God streams, especially. You usually have something really interesting to say. So that's all I meant by that. Taylor Miller. Guys, do you remember Taylor? Taylor, I hope you're doing well. I've seen you over on the boat and I just wanted to say hi and give you space, but I love you and I hope that you're doing well. It's very nice of you to come over here and say hello. Hey, Chawini Love. Hey, Carrie Hawley. Rhonda McNeil. Rhonda McNeil, today is, I saw your post. It's national, I don't want to get it wrong, but basically transplant, organ day. And Rhonda, I always say a prayer for, as well as Rafi, Armine's husband. I say this a lot. We talked about it in the Zoom call as well, but they are on the list for a new kidney. And just please say a prayer that they find someone to get that. Thank you, Ghostwriter. Hey, Pun King. That is Jennifer Ogle, I think. Hey, Megan Roberts. D5 Melbourne, welcome in. Hey, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Philip Wright again. Welcome back. Hey, Patty. Linda Garden Lady. Alicia Johnson. The deep voice goes with serious subjects, love and life, and my voice is still deep, and that's a bum deal. And I still keep doing this. I have to really dramatically clear it because it's coated in crap constantly. Thank you for noticing. Let's see who else is here. There's Kim is Blue. I love when Kim is Blue shows up. Hey, King's Kid. Hey, Puka Vista. Ann Battles made it. Thank you, Megan Roberts. Hey, Buffy. Let's see. Am I really behind? Ooh, kind of. Hey, Ginny Gin. That's a big deal. Congrats to Lindsay. It's a big deal. Hey, Tiffany Murfitt. Tiffany Murfitt, you're cute. It's a very big deal. I mean, It doesn't actually get much more of a bigger deal than that. When you've overcome and accomplished something, whether like I think about Amy Edge, she's lost how much? Like 140 or 50 pounds. That's another thing to me. It's like a huge deal. You know why? Because it's not something that's handed to you. It's not something that you didn't have to put any effort into. You put all the effort into. Literally getting sober, losing weight, accomplishing some goal that you had to do to get there, like it wouldn't have happened without you doing it. That's a huge effing deal. It's a really big deal to me. Hey, Tahoe Trinkets, and it's incredibly inspiring. Thank you, Marty Jewell. Hey, Amy M. Hey, Pat Jonas. Jess J made it. Hey, Linda Perales. JR. Ewa. Yeah, Christy Lynn Wilson, I'm happy to see you. I really am. I think about you a lot. Hey, Molly Moon. I think about all the people I don't see anymore. I think about the people that come in here all the time too, but the people who don't come in anymore, I think about you guys, especially if you made an impression on me, and you did, Christy Lynn Wilson. Hey, Lumen. Hey, Angie Moe. Okay, I got that right. That's previously Jennifer Ogle. Good, good. Okay. Hey, Maximus Meridius. Oh my God, this is another person that I asked about recently. And I said, is she all right? No one's heard from her. Teresa, my God, girl, it is really nice to see you. You don't ever have to feel pressured to come in here, but I will say I'm happy to see you. I kind of worried about you. I know that your health was improving, but then I got worried that maybe it wasn't. But then I thought, you know what? It's probably just that people decide they don't like me anymore, or I'm just not then for them anymore. Maybe they're just neutral, but I was just a season in their life. But I'll tell you, you guys have an impression and you make an effect on me. And I'm like, it's important to me. And I worry and I worry. And I talked about you in the Zoom call and I was like, has anybody heard from Teresa? Just happy to see you. No pressure, but I'm glad to see you. World Organ Donation Day. Yes. And I love to recognize that. Old man throat clearing. Yes. Yeah. Hey, Armine. Speaking of, Armine's husband is also on the list for a kidney. It's important that we talk about that. Hey, Jan. That's really sad. And I'm so sorry, Taylor. You usually go live while I'm visiting Arabella's grave. That is horrific. And I am so sorry for your loss, my friend. I remember when it happened and it was devastating to all of us. That is Taylor's child. So much respect. And I hope that you're healing, you and your husband and your family. And I very much felt connected to you and I hope that you're doing okay. Okay, I didn't embarrass you at all. It was super empowering. Okay, good. Because I kind of worried about that all morning. I talked to Tommy about it. Hey, Rachel Sandy, I am doing better. Yesterday was my first full round of antibiotics, and I think it's helping. Hey, Honey Lou. Hey, Teacher Mama Life, Susan Trigg, Sweet Potato Princess. Damn, Christy Lynn Wilson is down 107 pounds. You should be proud of yourself. Again, that's huge. That's massive. That's something that I don't think I could ever accomplish just knowing myself. I'm impressed as hell by that, Christy Lynn Wilson. Congratulations. Hey, Jackie. Yeah, very difficult goals. Damn, that's insane. And I'm really behind. Hey, Jojo. Just want to bird. Thank you. I very rarely wear these glasses. Hey, Jen Finberg. Fen Jenberg. Hey, Sophia. Thank you, Sophia. Hey, Dorothy. Sometimes people need breaks from being online. Sometimes it has nothing to do with me. Here's the thing. I'm not trying to sound like conceited, but it's not like it's about, it probably had nothing to do with me. I just know that there are people that I really end up connecting with and liking, and they may show up here for a year or two and then they disappear. And I'm always like, I don't know, maybe it's fine. But then I will see that like they ended up becoming a hater or something. And I'm like, what a bummer. I really liked that person, right? Like Linda, remember Linda? Like she became a hater. Remember Lisa Kelson? Like people like that I really clicked with. And then all of a sudden they're on the other side. And I'm like, dang, that sucks. And you just don't know what happened. Like there was never any interaction. There was never anything that happened. They probably just believed something. And that's totally okay because we don't do group think here. But still, it has an effect as far as like, that sucks. I liked that person. I'm going to back this up a little bit. I got to catch up. Hey, Kathy Shoggins. Yeah, Taylor, I hope you're doing well. I really think about you and how hard that has to be. Teresa says, health is going well enough. Is going well. I don't know why I just dubbed that in. All follow up tests keep coming back as negative for any cancer. So I'm feeling really good. I'm doing strength training and feeling stronger each day. That is insanely amazing. And I'm just happy to hear it. I'm happy to see you. And if I don't see you again for a very long time, I think about you and I'm appreciate you stopping in to say that. Thank you, Teresa. Yeah, Lady O. It's a bummer. I'm never going to, hey, Allie. Be a hater, not a fan of conflict, but I'm honored to have been here for your journey. Thank you so much, Christy Lynn Wilson. I didn't think you were a hater. I'm just happy to see you. Hey, Bohemian Luciferian Witch. Me too, Donna Cooper. I just caught up. Hey, Bama. So, some things that just have been just some things that I kind of want to talk about. Just weird hodgepodge of stuff that's kind of crossing my mind. Hey, Yorkie mom. Hey, beautiful dreamer. Kim is blue. The cauliflower broccoli recipe did not turn out as good as it did before. And I don't know if it's because of hey, Laura FM. There's our Theta Potato. Oh my God, you're cute. I don't know if it's the cheese. I used a different cheese. Kim is blue. It's good. But I also am like, did I not put enough garlic in? Because usually I put a hell of a lot of garlic in and I feel like I didn't do enough. Reese isn't the type of person I would ever think of hating personally. She's with a good will. Thank you, Maximus. That's such a nice thing to say. I don't know what I did wrong. And here's the weird thing, too. Some of the cheese didn't melt right, and I'm freaked out by that. Like it stayed, thanks, Lilac Lime. It like stayed in little pieces of cheese. And then I started thinking about when like people do those, hey, D, and happy birthday tomorrow to Pam, if she's not here tomorrow. You know, when people do those weird experiments and the food stays the same years later? What, Lumen? Oh, I see what you're saying about the title. It stays like plasticky. I'm a little freaked out, Kim is blue, that the cheese didn't melt right. There's just a lot. I have a lot of questions and concerns for the casserole because it just didn't. Now I did eat a big bowl of it for lunch today. Of course, it's thundering. Hey, Riley's human. I knew that, Robin Miners, but this was just weird. It was just a weird deal. So I'll be honest, I don't like fake processed food. I try to stay away from it. But you know what that would have been good with? And I haven't bought it in forever and I don't eat it. But Velveeta would have been really good with that. It would have been really good. Hey, Gemini girl. Hey, Margie Bar. I'm not saying I'll do it. I'm just saying that like mixed in with the broccoli, cauliflower, butter, and garlic would have been some tasty with it. Let's be honest. So I have some stuff that I want to bring up. Hey, Heather Huckleberry. I liked the title of this. I did not come up with the title. I usually don't. I don't know where I came up with this. Yeah, maybe I'll just start shredding my own cheese as much as I don't want to do that. And I'll have to buy a cheese shredder and that will be kind of a bum deal for me. I don't want to. It's just more storage, but I might do it. So this is going to, it might be that I do. My crock pot is half broken. It only half cooks food. So NJS, it could be that. I'm waiting until Black Friday to get a new one. Interesting. Jennifer Ogle. Hey, Dotsy. Hey, Miss Weedy Poo. Thank you, Dotsy, for saying that to Taylor. Hey, VJ Burke. Interesting, VJ Burke. So, stick of butter, 2 cups shredded cheese, 1 cup sour cream. Oh, I bet that's really good, Holly. Dang, where were you then? Why didn't you tell me? Yeah, Beautiful Dreamer's a Wisconsin girl. So is Liz Tricks. Crockpots are cheap now to kids going back to college. Smart. Okay, I'll look on Amazon. If not, I'll go all the way to Target and take a look. I did, Pat Jonas. I need to get a new crock pot, but I figured this was okay because it's not like some meat or something that was undercooked. Interesting, Chewini love. I do too, Buffy. I don't know how to say what I want to talk about. There's something specific that I want to talk about. Hey, Tammy. And I don't really know how I want to word it. I don't know how I want to get it out. I have the concept in my head, but I also don't want to sound stupid here because I'm going to sound real dumb. Hey, Kestrel. Hey, Alana. So I thank you, VJ Burke. I think about how I am and how I present myself to even, hey, Beck Smith, to myself, to the world, to people I don't know, to total strangers, to the Zoom call, to people at Publix, going through the car wash. I often think about like the effect, Original Ann. Hey, Patty F. I often think about the effect I have on others because it matters to me now more than ever. So that's where I spend a lot of the time in my head. I process a lot. I try to be super grateful, number one. I always try to think when something bad happens, what can I learn from this? What is this teaching me? Because it's shit. It's a shit situation. Hey, Crafty Carrie. However, I have to go through it. So what am I learning from this? What can I take away from it? I often think of things now. Hey, Deb. I often think of things now, and I'm not trying to get weird about God, but I think of, I mean, let's not even use God. Let's just say I feel like now when I have a problem, I'm handed a Rubik's Cube. And I'm handed that Rubik's Cube going, life isn't meant to be just like an easy path. Here, figure it out. And I know you can. That's kind of how I feel now when something's presented to me, if it's big or small. I'm like, no one said it was going to be easy. And I think that it's all in how you deal with your issues, right? Like, let's put it this way. We all know people and have met people who are doom and gloom. They're always having a problem. They're always kind of a mopey person. They're always kind of a downer, an Eeyore, whatever, however you want to put it. But like, hey, Nancy Jane, I have a hard, those are energy suckers for me. And I have a hard time being around people like that because it's like, you're not really willing. And I feel like this is judgy of me to say, but this is kind of how I look at it. Like, it's like you never have any energy to like tackle a problem. It's like, oh, another problem. It's like, yeah, nobody said you were going to be problemless. Like, it's all in kind of how you deal with it, right? I feel like it's all in kind of how you, and don't get me wrong, I've gotten problems where I'm like, fuck. And I'm not happy about it. And I'm not like, what can I learn from this? I'm not trying to say I'm like chipper all the time about stuff, but I definitely try to control because nobody else can. I try, yeah, I mean, I try to control my attitude towards shit lately because I am kind of prone as an ex-Scientologist to act like an ex-Scientologist, which is like angry, kind of going into the mindset of anger and just kind of, that's it, just kind of angry about stuff. And I don't go into that mindset anymore. Instead, I definitely, hey, Caroline in Canada, I definitely try to focus. Like, if you have to have this, you might as well. That's kind of how I look at stuff now. I try to anyway. I'm not saying that I do it all the time. I have some pretty heavy things that are going on right now in my life that I'm trying to unpack in a way where I'm not so doom and gloom about it. And I'm like, well, I have to deal with this. So I'm going to try to tackle it in the best possible way I can and find what I can be grateful for out of it and see if it makes me a better person by the end of it, right? Like, I got to deal with it. Hopefully it'll make me a better person. I think you're making a difference with the Under the Radars by telling your story and giving hope. What a cool thing to say. And I appreciate that so much, especially coming from you, Kim is Blue. That's very kind of you. So there's that. And what I've noticed, because I started by saying I kind of pay attention to the effect, especially that I have on myself and others these days. Because I'm really thank you, Tahoe Trinkets. I'm really sensitive these days to the effect that others have on me. So I think that I try to flip that and go, how can I have a good effect on not only me, but other people? So I do not like being around people who drain me anymore. And I'm around a few of them. Like there's a few of them in my daily life where I'm like, man, if I could get away from this, I would. I don't really take well to people who are constantly just like, like it's not my vibe. It's not my energy. That's not the wavelength that I'm on, right? Like I'm kind of higher energy and I don't like just sinking down into the mud and being like, I guess we're screwed. No, I really don't like that kind of attitude or mindset. I just don't. So, yeah, beautiful dreamer. So, all that to say, yeah, VJ Burke, I am too. I would say I'm probably more a glasses half full kind of girl. Like I definitely am not like a, well, I guess we just give up. Like that's not my style. So all that to say, I know this is going to sound nuts and I don't know how to put it. Yeah, Teresa, it's just I get tired of people who are like constantly can't get out of their own way and they're just always having problems and especially people who like are way older in life. I'm like, this is not a good example for society, for yourself, for anyone. Like you've got to pull yourself up. I also say to myself a lot, like nobody's gonna save me. Nobody's, hey Bridge, hey Komodo, like nobody's gonna fix your fucking life. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to sound like Tony Robbins here, but like that is a fact. Nobody's gonna do it for you, right? Yeah, Debbie Zito for sure. Amy Knight, you don't realize how much you are loved and appreciated by just showing up for us. Wow. I couldn't take the hate as gracefully as you do. This chat wants to return the favor. Lean on us. Hey, Anita, that is a really nice thing to say. I just don't like to do that to you guys. Hey, Christy Nicole. Hey, Vince. I hope you're feeling better. I don't like to lean into you guys for that reason. Hey, Ree, I will if I need to, but I really like to try to not do that to you guys. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do if I'm just having that kind of a day, but I really don't like to come on here. I know people come to this chat and this channel expecting laughter, inspiration, somewhat upbeat. Like nobody comes here because it's or it's constant drama. All right, right? Like we don't do that here either. Thank you, Buffy. Yeah, it was original, and I don't like that either. I really like what we normally do and what we've always stuck to on this channel, which is realizing new things. We're never in trouble. We're not in a cage or a box. Like everyone's accepted. I want everyone to feel loved and seen and heard because I want that for me too. And so I really try to keep it more on the upbeat side of things. I get it, Barbara Waite. Hey, Jackie Richards. Barbara Waite says I'm in one of those downer phases right now and I have to pull myself out of it. I understand. We've all been there. It's not like that makes you Butterfly Girl is back. I get that on a deep level, but I tend to pull myself out of it too. Yeah, Kim is blue. Hey, Jamie Castro. Hey, Nicole Hazelmiller. Butterfly Girl, I'm really glad you came back. Thank you for being here. So what I'm about to say is going to sound really stupid. And I'm almost embarrassed to say it because most people are going to go, what? If I had to use one word to describe me, and I'm not asking you to do it because I really know me a lot better than you know me. If I had to use a big word for me, and I've been this way as long as I can remember, small child, okay? I am extremely naive. I'm very, very naive. And what I guess I mean by that is, and I was really, really, really going down this thought process today, and it makes a lot of sense. And I actually feel more I validated myself, which I rarely do. But I think it has everything to do with the fact, and I'm not blaming it on this, but I think it just is a fact that I was a Scientologist for 38 years. What does that mean? That means that I surrounded, sorry, I'm still having throat problems. I surrounded myself with other mainly Scientologists. That was People are going to go, yeah, but you had jobs outside of Scientology. Yeah, but you had a friend outside. Yes, yes, yes. I was totally exposed to the real world. But hey, Nicola, I still was very, Vince, that is so nice. Hey, Butterfly. Hope you're doing good, Butterfly. And Vince, I hope you're doing better. I kind of have felt a little bit of concern for you, and I hope that you're doing better. And that is really kind of you to send that super chat, my friend. Thank you. You could expose me to the real world all you want. You can expose any Scientologist to the real world. Do you know what they're going to do though in the real world? They're still going to be in that Scientology box. They're still going to be summing up non-Scientologists using the tone scale and all the training they have. They're still going to think they're better than you. They're still going to think they know way more than you. They're never down on the level of a real person in the outside world. So, hey, Florida Court Reporter, Scientologists are always using their Scientology. That doesn't turn off. It's a machine and it never shuts off. Everything that we knew, I'm somewhere between shitty and really, yes, I'm better. Vince, that's a tiny bit of improvement, my friend. And thank you. That was huge of you to answer that. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Stay as long as you wish. I don't know how else to describe that because a lot like people like Bunny Foo, your past trauma affected you immensely. Mistakes don't make you bad. You're a good person with a wonderful heart. That is so nice. And it's good to see you. I don't know how else to put this. I really don't know how else to describe this in a way where I can make it to where it's like really something clear that you understand. But I love how Dick Smith Levin, okay, summed me up and said I was never in Scientology. First, hey, Stanley, before he said, yes, I did, Stanley. Before he said I was never in Scientology. Hey, Autistic Margot, he said, yes, VJ Burke. But remember before he said that I lied about my entire existence in Scientology? Like a year or so ago, he did a hate video saying I was never in that much and I didn't really lose any family and I hardly had any training and I was not really a real Scientologist. First, we started with that. And then he went hardcore and said she actually was never in. It was all a scam and a con. But here's the problem with that. It doesn't matter. Someone who's born and raised in Scientology, they're going to think very differently at all times, right? Yeah, there's stuff ingrained in there. So even, hey, Tennessee girl, okay, Vince, even in the real world, I love how he was like, oh, she was in the real world. She had a real job. She was married to a non-Scientologist. That doesn't mean anything. That's hot air. You're still using your Scientology. I promise. You're using it all the time because it's all you know. So I'm still thinking like a Scientologist at all times. I'm still assessing your tone level. I'm still assessing your smell. Did you know that if you wear a lot of perfume or you have high amounts of body odor, if you're a non-Scientologist, that means that you are very, very low on the tone scale and you're probably a liar and a fraud and you're not to be trusted? Bet you didn't know that little tidbit, right? There's all kinds of weird shit that's put into our minds so that we are prepared when we go into the real world. We're judging the shit out of you at all times. We're using what we know to go, oh, well, this makes sense. Oh, LRH says this, so this person does that. Hey, Pete Taylor, right? So thank you, Pete Taylor. So there's all kinds of crazy, weird shit that we are using and assessing all the time, and non-Scientologists in the real world don't know it. But if you just think about the simple fact that, like, I'm saying I'm speaking as a Scientologist now. We know the truth about the world and how long we were 76 trillion years old, right? And we know the secrets of the universe. And we know what happens when you die. And we know what happens why you have cancer. We know what happens when you're in a car accident. We know all the reasons and ins and outs of every secret of the world and the universe. That's how they think because they think that's true. That's a fact. So like if I'm a Scientologist and you're a non-Scientologist and I'm going to my job and you're complaining about your grandma and you got a fender bender on the way to work, what am I doing? I'm assessing the fact that you're nattering, you have total Overton withholds, you're full of crimes on your grandma. You probably have taken on the valence of your mother or father, depending on if it's your maternal or paternal grandmother, and you're incredibly PTS because of the fender bender this morning. And I'd love to pull your crimes. I'd love to know what you did to pull that in. That's how I'm taking that. I am literally like a computer system assessing everything you said to me. That's not fucking normal. That's not normal on the outside world shit. Most people, right? Normal people like you, I'm guessing, would go, that's too bad about your grandma. Tell me more. What happened? You got into a fender bender? Are you okay? Did you call your insurance? I'm not doing any of that. I'm not feeling any feelings, any empathy, any sympathy for you. I'm sitting here going, damn, you've got all kinds of crimes built up in there. I'd love to pull your overts and withholds. You're nattering about your grandmother. You've totally got a bunch of fucking crimes on her. I'd love to know what you did to her. And then you got in this car accident this morning because you're a fucking lowlife. You're a piece of shit that pulled that in because you're a criminal. And I'd love to know who and what you're PTS to. That's what I'm thinking. As a Scientologist, that's how they think. They're not thinking with, oh, that's really too bad, right? That's how I would think in a situation like that, right? So, do I still think like a Scientologist like that? Butterfly Girl, not at all, but it depends on what it is. So, of course, like I got sick last week. And Butterfly Girl, I know you're new, but in Scientology, sickness, illness, accident, all accidents, injuries, and illnesses stem from what's called a PTS situation, potential trouble source situation. So what they always teach you in Scientology is you pulled that in. You pulled that in, meaning you must have done something bad. Thank you, Debbie, to have that happen to you. There's no sympathy. There's no like, oh no, right? So there are things that, of course, I don't think like that anymore. When I hear someone complain about someone, I don't think, ooh, they're full of crimes and overts. No, I still could think that. I mean, it's an automatic for me, but I don't. But for instance, I got sick last week and I immediately, oh, okay, perfect, Butterfly Girl, even better. Hey, J-Bug, I immediately woke up sick and I immediately went into Scientology mode. And I was like, what did I do to pull this in? And I started thinking, like, do I have crimes that I need to get off my chest? What did I do? And I started going down the list and I was like, what did I do to pull in? Because then I was like arguing with myself. And I was like, hey, Linuswell, I was like, I never get sick. So what did I do recently on the scale of crimes? Like, what have I done? I sat there and argued that fact back and forth with myself for a few minutes. And then I was like, oh my God. Like it took me a second to kick that out of my head and go, that's not real. Because some of that stuff to me still is a little bit real. And it's not. People just get sick. But I have a hard time believing that because that's not how I was trained or raised. It's really hard for me to go, sometimes shit just happens. That is not, bye, Bama, how that happens. Hey, Abigail. No, Abigail, you're fine. That's not how that happens in Scientology. There's a reason for everything. If you do really well in Scientology, it's because you spent a bunch of money and did a bunch of classes and courses in auditing, and we're going to give that up to LRH. If you get into a car accident, stub your toe, get the flu, have cancer, if your mom gets cancer, you must have done something. What did you do? We never blame LRH for the bad stuff. We only give LRH, we give it to LRH when it's something good. But when something bad happens, we want your crimes and we want them now. So I'm just giving you a quick, easy situation. I'm trying to think if you even wanted to give me a scenario, it's very different how Scientologists are going to read that scenario versus like, if let's say this, yeah, Debbie, like, let's say that you came to me and said, I have a son that's really struggling with drug abuse. It's horrible. And, his father and I have been trying to help him and get him into rehab. And we just wish most people would go and feel for you and give you empathy right? Hey, Don Clark, and have empathy, I guess I should say, and they would understand. If you said that to me as a Scientologist, I would be like, what a disgusting criminal. What a fucking lowlife. Like a drug addict? Gross. What a piece of shit. I'm sure that dude is just, he was just born that way. And, like he just came in from his past life as a drug addict and gross. I'm sure that he's just addicted from his last life. And, ugh, like Scientologists are, hey, babe, looking beautiful, got to get to work. Okay, love you. It's a very different, the OT8, why do they get sick? EWA, OT8s are a different animal. If they get sick, they usually get cancer or something major, right? They drop dead. And the way that they always put that when I was in Scientology is they get a pass because they decided to drop the body. So I know a lot of OT8s throughout my life that got breast cancer, all different kinds of cancer, and died. And every single time it was fascinating, right? How all of a sudden someone would come along and go, oh, he's doing great. He dropped the body. He wanted to drop the body. He wanted to get sick. He's good, right? Hey, mischief, they always somehow they get out of it, right? So the reason I'm telling you all of this is because I'm trying to really convey how different it is in the mind of a Scientologist versus the regular non-Scientology world. We just don't think the same at all. I'm using all kinds of different training and tactics that I've been learning for almost 4 decades, as opposed to a real person who has, again, sympathy, empathy, and listens and validates. No, that's not how a Scientologist thinks. They're thinking with all they know, which is Scientology. Very different. So I thought of this today, and I've been thinking how naive I am, because I assume everybody in the real world out here, now that I've been out here for a while, is the same. It's safe out here. You guys are cool. You're not judgmental. But all I really have, I don't have a point of reference because I have been raised with only other Scientologists. Sure, yes, I met people in the real world, didn't get close to them, was not allowed to get close to them, right? Like, sure, I was married to Jeff, but I had a whole, God, I wish I had Huxley here to turn up the AC, and I want to go do it, but I'm wearing like really short ass booty shorts and I'm fat. It's a conundrum. It's a pickle. So while, yes, I was married to non-Scientologists, here's the weird thing. This is going to sound crazy, and I've never really said this or admitted to this because I never really thought about it, not because I was withholding it, but because I never thought about it this way. I'm going to give you, like, how can I compare this? To me, it was like, what if I was an FBI agent and I was really high up in the FBI and I had like security clearance and I was right under the president or some crazy shit. I don't know. Good for you. Laura FM, I cannot say enough good about you and how much I love you and I'm proud of you. And I was telling Tommy all about it on a call the other night. You getting your GED is so inspiring to me, and I just really love you and being in therapy. Let's pretend that I'm some high up, high security clearance and I realize I'm not only going through all of that, but also finally learning how to actually learn for the first time in my life. So it's unlearning. Exactly. That's why I won't get my GED, because I'm afraid I'm going to apply study tech and I'm going to get all fucking triggered. Because when I try to read, hey, Cindy G, I literally will read a page on a book and I'll get to the bottom and I'll go, did I fully duplicate and understand what I just read on that page? I don't think I did. I don't think I grasped it. I need to go back right now and look for a word or symbol that I don't fully understand. Do I fully understand what that symbol is? I'm not really sure. I mean, I think I know. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Do I know what that word means? Yeah, I mean, that's how I study, and I can't do it. Then I get all significant and I get really nervous and I get intense and I get shaky and I'm like, fuck this. I don't want to read. I don't want to read anything. I can't imagine getting my GED or trying to go back to school. It just couldn't happen for me. So I'm really impressed by you, Laura FM. So let's pretend I'm some FBI agent, because this is what marriage was like with a non-Scientologist, okay? This is the only way I know how to describe it. I always have to give you some kind of a concept to make it like understandable, because I feel like it's hard to explain Scientology. Even being married to a non-Scientologist or having a friend that's a non-Scientologist or talking to people that are not in Scientology, you walk around acting like you know best. Like I was married to Jeff, but I never talked about that side of Scientology or what I knew, my training. Hey, Linda Stokes. I never talked about yeah, or if I yawn, Laura FM, yawning, any kind of MU phenomena, and I'm done. I can't do it. Patty F, that's a good idea. So the best way to describe this is this. Yeah, good for you, Laura FM. I'm proud of you, babe. I really am. I'd love to fly to California sometime soon. I was just talking to a friend about that today. I'd like to go back to California just to give you a hug, give Tori a hug, see some of my friends, go say hi to Baby Steps, go check out Holly, Stacy Toms, Karma Charms Kittens again. Like that would be wonderful. I'd like to go see my friends again. I really want to convey this to you guys. So being in the real world and being a Scientologist is just like that. It's like you have some really high security clearance, you work under with the Pentagon, and your normal outside in the world friends don't know that. You're almost like Jack Burns in the movies Meet the Fockers. Like, remember he pretended to be a okay, Abigail, remember when he was like CIA, but he was pretending to be a he worked in flowers, like floral. That was a lie. That was his cover job because he couldn't tell people what he really did. I know that sounds dramatic, but that's what it's like being a Scientologist in the real world. Sure, I was amongst the rest of the non Scientologists, but I knew all the secrets to the universe. But I wasn't ever going to talk about it. I never said to my husband ever once, like, this is what I know about the afterlife. This is what I know what happens when you die. I left my body and went in exterior in session the other day, and you wouldn't believe what happened. And when I reached into my past life, I went back about 30 million years and I remembered this when I was on this planet. You never talk like that. Thank you, Jennifer Steps. Does this make sense what I'm saying? That's what it's like, okay, Kristen Hawk, to be a Scientologist and coexist with people in the real world, coexist with your non Scientology husband. You don't bring it up because it's too much to talk about. But also, there's too many questions to answer. And it's also this like cool secret thing. Like, I know stuff that you don't. That's how they all act. They're superior to this race, this human race on planet Earth, where LRH always says, we're the least in the mud. They're in the mud. We're not in the mud, right? We know the secret. Yeah, it's like a secret identity. That's exactly what it's like. So while I was married to a non-Scientologist, never once did I talk about Scientology interworkings. I never talked about my training. I never talked about the ins and outs of being on staff. I never talked about my auditing, past life stuff, being PTS, having overts and withholds. I never used Scientology lingo. Jeff never knew I spoke a different language. Okay? No one did. Hey, Rollins. So I'm trying to get that across to you as best as I can. Hey, Sandy Kovacs, because it's really important that you understand that. How did he not ask? Because he probably never Googled stuff about Scientology, Cindy G. He probably never went, what is this stuff about the OT levels and Xenu? He never asked me any of that stuff. Never. But my point is, I went through my whole life existence with non-Scientology people that way. I just would speak more your language and I would act like it's a highly esoteric. That's a word they use all the time in Scientology. We're a highly esoteric organization. It really is. They do breed narcissists for sure because they're trying to get you to see that like you were chosen. Scientology isn't for everyone, but you're about to unlock the secrets to the universe, my friend. Are you ready? Buckle your seatbelt. And then you get a bunch of narcissistic assholes who are like, holy shit, I'm OT8. I can move shit with my mind. I always thought that was stupid bullshit, dumbass. Like, I never got on a high horse about it. That's why Jeff never knew it. You think, like, if I was a big narcissist, I would have been like, hey, Jeff, Guess what I know that you don't? I never talked about it. I thought it was a bunch of bullshit to try to explain stuff like that to people because it does sound crazy when you say it out loud, right? So I wasn't trying to brag or be like, I'm a Scientologist. Like, I never shared that information with the real world. Never. Jeff only knew it because I was married to him. Any job I had, fuck no. I wasn't about to label myself a Scientologist because then you look kind of nuts. And that's where the questions come in. And people are like, what the fuck do you guys do there? I'm not getting into it. Not to mention, if I did get into it, I would have gotten in trouble. I knew that. It was like watching the Leah Remini show, right? I knew I'd get in trouble for doing that. So it's the same thing. When you go in session and you're security checked in Scientology, they ask you that every time. That's why it's funny to me when people are like, how come you didn't just Google shit? Why didn't you just go read about it? Because you can't. You will get in giant trouble for that. You'll pay for that for months on end scrubbing toilets, and it sucks. And once you do it a few times, you don't want to do it anymore. You just accept what they have to tell you and become a slave. Follow the rules and stay in line, right? Very fear-based. I had something I was just going to say. Oh, so you do get those questions asked of you when you go in session. Hey, Noelle, I hope you're going to be okay, girl. That's terrifying. When you go in session and get checked, they ask you. The needle's watching, man, and so's your auditor. Have you talked to anyone about anything with your case, meaning Scientology? Have you talked to anyone? Have you talked to any mental health professionals about Scientology? Have you talked to a lawyer about Scientology? Have you talked to any doctors about it? Have you looked for anything on the internet? Have you Googled anything? They ask that shit. And you're sitting there holding the cans going, no. Well, I didn't. I just took the high road. I was like, it's not worth it. But on the other hand, did they not want you to bring people in? Hey, SoCal Joy. Yes. They always wanted you to bring people in. I got in trouble a lot for not bringing people in. Now, I brought a couple people in. Over the years, I did bring a couple of like friends that I met through jobs in, and they did go to I had one friend that took 2 or 3 courses, and then she moved to Texas and became an ER doctor. I had another friend that took a course and went to 1 event. And then I brought another person in that went to like 3 events. So that's over decades. I brought people in, but not much. No. And I was very much expected to. But I was never proud to say I was a Scientologist. Never. You had a lot of Scientologists at my church that were like my father-in-law, Doug. He would go out every weekend and sell Dianetics books to anybody he could sell to. He'd go around just peddling books and going, I'm a Scientologist, buy this book. You would never see me do something like that. No fucking way. I was not proud of being a Scientologist. Now, I got results from it, I thought, right? I was doing what I was supposed to do, but I was like, I ain't going out into the city to get screamed at and told this is a cult and shamed and all that. It was just not my thing. It's just, I wouldn't do that now. I don't want to go out selling books to random people. It makes me feel weird. If that's your thing, cool, but it's not for me. So my point is, I am currently, and I kind of always have been, naive when it comes to people. Why? I thought about this at great length today because it makes total sense that I would think all of you are the same way. I think people in the outside world are all like really good, big-hearted people who are full of sympathy and empathy and emotions, and they're normal and they're regulated. And because all I know are Scientologists. That's my biggest, what I can relate to. And I really don't have a lot of a point of reference otherwise. I wasn't hanging out with a bunch of non-Scientologists. My husband was a non-Scientologist, and look where that got me. I immediately was like, he's a criminal. He's disgusting. He's low tone. He's a fucking DB crim. He's a degraded being. He's low on the tone scale. This makes total sense, right? Like that's where I was just judgy. Never related to non-Scientologists. So then what? I become a non Scientologist, not by choice, unless you ask Aaron. But the true story is it's not by choice. I did not leave by choice. So glad I'm out. But the fact of the matter is, I left because I was forced out. So then I start adjusting to the atmosphere and the elements out here in the real world pretty quickly. And I loved it. Nervous at first, but adjusted pretty fast. And I'm a social person. So I didn't have a problem talking with people, but it was weird to not be able to talk with Scientologists, my own kind, because that's really what I knew. And I spoke Scientology, the nomenclature, better than the non-Scientology words. I'm much more versed on using Scientology terms than I am not. And they really do have their own language. And so being kicked out and not being able to use my language and just not being with my own kind anymore was weird. And to this day, it's still weird for me because I don't know how else to convey this. Yeah, Jackie, I assume people are cool out here. I just assume. And the more I'm opening my eyes, the more I'm like, I don't really like what I'm seeing out here either. I don't really, I'm having a hard time adjusting to, and I've said this and I still feel this way. The biggest shock to me out in the real world versus Scientology is in the real world, so many people are fucking two-faced. So many people stab you in the back in the real world. It's wild. In Scientology, people are not two-faced, not much. They stab you in the front. It's a snitch culture. So they're like writing up reports on you right to your face. People will literally write up a report on you, rip it off the page and hand it to you. And it will also, a copy of it will go to your auditor, your CS, your case supervisor, and your ethics officer. That's it. Like, there's no shame in that. People are like, Reese told me this and I'm not okay with it. Here's your copy, and I'm going to give these 4 people a copy and shame the shit out of you. And then you're going to go to ethics and you're going to write up your overts and withholds or your crimes, and you're going to have a light shine on you going, what did you do to pull that the fuck in? Right? It's like a shame snitch culture, big time. There's pluses and minuses to that because here's the good thing I see that comes out of that. The pluses are it kind of makes you accountable. Like, I'm not a person who tries to slip accountability. If anything, I'm always like, I'm sorry for me and I'm sorry for what you did. I try to overdo it. Like, I'm never one to be like, wasn't me, it was them. That's not my style because it's a constant in Scientology of like, what did you do to pull that in? And you're not leaving this room until you tell us every single thing you did in this life and the last life and the one before that to pull that in. So it teaches you accountability. That's for sure. Like, you can't slip out of, I didn't do anything, right? But obviously there's minuses to it. It makes you kind of an introverted person, and it makes you take on, like me, when I got sick last week, I was like, what did I do? Like, so it also, there's way more cons to it than pros. But it is what it is. That's where I'm at. And that's what I have to deal with in my daily life and unpack this shit and try to be a normal person and forget that any of that was taught to me and try to unteach myself. And what I'm seeing is I don't like people's behavior is so fucking weird. People are so flip-floppy, flaky, fleeting. Like, it's not like that in Scientology. Like, I knew the same amount of people for 38 years, pretty much. You know, coming and going. There might be some new staff that transferred from another org. I might have met some new Sea Org people. Every once in a while, you'd get a new person that actually stuck, that like became a part of the group that would be there forever. You know, I'd say there was, over the course of my life, I met my original group of Scientologists, and then that grew by probably 30 to 40 people. But the people I met, I'd say there was a total of about 500 from traveling and meeting people in the Sea Org. But my regular group of Scientology people stayed about the same. Hey, Aunt Nene Hobbs, in my vicinity in Kansas City. And so that didn't really change. And I was used to the consistency. I like consistency. I'm a Cancer sign. That's what I like. So my people were consistent. Even though Dan O'Connor hit me over the head with a fax machine when I was 16, he stayed in my life and stayed my friend. He was consistent. I don't know. But then I come out here and I'm like, man, people are fucking inconsistent and they're weird. And people make everything their fucking business in this world. That's my biggest observation is like, I'm a big, big, big believer in like staying in your own lane. Not my business. Not my fucking thing. Not my problem. Not going to make it my problem. Like, even if it's something devastating, I'm like, God, that's horrible. Like, I'll help, but I'm not inserting myself into people. I don't like telling people what to do. I'm not going to step over and tell your kids what to do. Like, I don't feel like I have to like judge everything and I have to be invited to everything and have an opinion on everything. Like, I'm really more focused on just what I need to do to catch up over the last 38 years of what I've missed out on. I kind of keep the focus more to me, Huxley, my immediate life, my immediate plans. That's not me trying to be like, I'm a good person. I don't do anything to, I just mean I'm not fucking interested in other people's lives, right? I'm not interested in it. I don't like gossip. I don't care. Yes, Lumen. I don't care what this person's doing over here. Okay? Like, I'm not going to give that example. But what I have seen lately is people love to fucking waste their time on being so like, it's like interlopers. Is that the word? Interloping? Hey, Sigrid, do I have the correct definition of that? Interloping, let me give you in my own words what that means. Interloping to me means like inserting yourself into something that's not really your business. Is that correct? Do I have that right? Like, I feel like so many people are like excited at the downfall of others or the like, yeah, voyeurism. Okay, good. Thank you, Joanne. Or like the dumpster fires of other people's situations. And it's so oh, okay, perfect. I got it right then. Thank you, Kim is Blue. People are so fucking like, yeah, busybodies. Why do you really have not enough going on in your life that like you are going to take to make it your business? And that's been going on probably since the dawn of man, right? Like, you've always had your busybody aunt, uncle, grandma, your mom, your sister, like fucking wanting to know more than what they should know. That's actually okay. That's acceptable. It's annoying, but it's acceptable. I'm talking about these crazy motherfuckers that have nothing to do with you, don't know you, not gonna know you, don't want to know you, don't take the time to know you. They just summed you up and made a decision about you, and they're going to take and talk about it till the end of time. That's crazy. Okay. I will give you another example. Yesterday, I got gas at Costco. Okay. My Costco really rock and rolls because they have a fucking car wash, and I can't say enough about that. I think that's awesome. Now, I didn't get one yesterday. I usually do, but it's been raining and it's supposed to keep raining. And I was like, this is a waste of money. I'll just get gas. Well, there's 3 pumps at my Costco gas, and it gives me anxiety every time I pull up because I don't know how to parallel park, and I refuse to learn. I'm just not going to be able to get it in this life, and it's just something I've accepted about myself. So whenever I pull up, I'm like, God, please don't be the middle pump. Please don't be the middle pump, because people will be like, the middle pump's open. And I'm like, I don't know how. And one time I was with my mom, and I was sitting there waiting to get gas, and the middle pump open. And she was like, go ahead, Reese. And I was like, I can't. I don't know how to parallel park. She was like, oh, yes, you do. Just do it. And I was like, what a stupid fucking thing to say to me. I don't know how. I wasn't kidding. I didn't make that up. No way. Like, I'll wreck my car. Hey, Kelly Lord. So the Costco guy with his little vest on, he goes, come on, that one's open. And my mom rolls her window down and she goes, she doesn't know how to parallel park. She doesn't know how. And I was like, boy, it's a good thing I'm a person without feelings because that's annoying and fairly embarrassing. Anyway, not a part of the story, but I get gas yesterday and it wasn't the middle pump and I'm good, right? So you've got three, two, one. I got number one. So I pulled right in, I get my gas. Get this. I go to leave, and this is partially my fault, but I think it's the other person's fault as well. And I did not look over my shoulder. I looked in my mirror, which I usually really don't recommend that. I always like if I'm going to get into another lane, the reason I got my car is it has that cool light that comes on in the I have a Honda CRV and I absolutely love it, and it lights up in the side mirrors if there's a person in your blind spot, which Jeff's car did that. I was like, one day I'm going to have a car like that. That's all I wanted was that option. I think it's so cool. But I find myself getting lazy and not turning around now to check to see if there's someone in my lane. So I didn't fully turn around. And I'm pulling out to leave the pump. I'm not doing 100 miles an hour. I'm going slow. And I don't know why I'm telling this story. This is such a lame ass story. And we just have to finish it now. Just sit through it, please, and hit subscribe while you're here. I like it. So I slowly start pulling out. And the lady pumping in front of me, okay, she's standing there pumping and I'm pulling out. And she goes, ah! And she screams like that. Like she's literally in a fucking haunted house. Like somebody just broke in to steal her firstborn. She screams at the top of her lungs, holding this pump. First of all, I don't like people who are that fucking dramatic. Like that's never called for. Okay. Unless you just saw somebody get decapitated, there's really no reason for that. You don't need to I can't imagine what your home life is like. I don't like you already. She literally, my windows are fucking up. Okay. And it hurt my ears. This lady literally is standing there with a pump. She like screams as loud as she possibly can. And I'm like, you know what? Get a fucking life. Okay. So I hit the brakes. And I'm like, what the fuck is this woman screaming at? Does she suddenly have arachnophobia? Like, did a spider fly into her face? What's going on? Because you are ridiculous in your response to whatever the fuck you're doing. And I hit the brakes, and there is a Honda Civic next to me, this close to my car. So as I'm pulling out to go around the lady pumping in front of me, a Honda Civic comes flying in. And they don't suddenly know how to use their brakes and they're just coming for my car. And I went, well, fuck, because they were going to hit my car. It was like really, really close. And I thought, God dang it. I've never had an accident. Like I fucking hate this. And I'm already assuming it happened in my head because I'm watching the car come closer and I'm sitting there with my brakes hit, but there's nothing I can do. Oh, that's so nice of you to ask. They actually need bones. Actually, Bo does. Gertie does not. I bought her greenies on Amazon Prime Day. You don't need to get greenies for Gert, but Bo needs bones. So if my mods would post the Amazon wish list, that's all that's on there is bones. I'm not trying to get shit for myself. I don't need any gifts. I don't need anything. But if you want to be kind and send some bones for the animals, I would appreciate that so much. Thank you, P. Taylor. Otherwise, I will purchase them myself. So guys, don't worry. If you don't buy them, they will still get them because they're a bunch of freeloading fuckers. So I'm just sitting there with the brakes on. P. Taylor, I think there you go. As a seller. And if you don't buy any, thank you anyway for asking. So I'm sitting there with my brakes and I'm like, well, fuck. Hey, Brock. I'm like, there's nothing I can do. I'm just waiting for them to hit my car at this point. And they finally hit their brakes and we're talking like inches. They were very close to hitting my car. And they backed up so that I could continue to get out. And I'm waiting for them to back up. And the lady pumping her gas is connecting eyes with me. And she's angry that this almost happened. I think she's mad at me. Like she's looking at me, pumping her gas, going like this. And it took everything I had to not put my car in park, get out of the car, pull the gas pump out of her car and hose her down with it and go, you need to cool the fuck off because I'm tired of your bullshit. And I can already tell that everybody in your family hates you, as they should. Okay. Now, keep in mind my period's coming. What's this now? Haha. um, because she was a dramatic piece of shit, Cindy. She was a dramatic piece of shit. So she screams, and then as I'm driving off, she's giving me the fucking most evil eye, going like this. And I'm serious. Like, I wanted to get out and beat her to death with the gas pump. I was like, how fucking dare you give me a dirty look, hey, Lisa, over something that has nothing to do with your ugly face? Like yesterday, Jamie Castro, I didn't flip her the bird, but I just drove off thinking, I mean, I don't want to do time for this, but at the same time, I thought, wouldn't it be cool to just like hose her down with the gas or just like beat her with the pump? Not beat her. Like, I've never hit anyone in my life, if that makes you feel better. But like, I think it would have been cool to pull the pump out of her car, use two hands, because those things are kind of heavy and flimsy, and just like whack, like just do it one time. Like, she had a fucking, what do you call those hats that are a visor? She had a fucking visor on. Okay. You're already better than me. You think you're better than me with your visor. I'm sure you back into parking spaces, and I have no doubt that you order fajitas. You think you're fucking better than me with that visor on. I think it would have been cool to just take the gas pump and like not hit down, but hit up and like whack, like knock that, like a golf club, like that, like swing it and swing it up and knock that fucking visor off her head and go, don't ever put that fucking hat back on. Okay. And I don't ever want to see your face here again. SoCal Joy, you're not green anymore. That is different. Yeah, you're white now. That is different, isn't it? I notice that usually when people are not green anymore, who've been green forever. So I just, of course, fantasized about it. And that's probably why I had a horrible dream last night that I got attacked and eaten by a grizzly bear. That was probably karma. Hey, Karen Cardoza. Cindy G, it was a white visor, and she was just a horrible, just a disgusting human being. And honestly, you know what I hope happens to her? I really fucking hope, and I'm going to pray to all that is holy, that tomorrow morning she gets up and she has an entire tuft, not one, but a tuft, a whole bunch of pubic hairs in her coffee. I hope that happens to her. And I hope she doesn't see it and she takes a sip and then they all get stuck in her hangy ball in the back of her throat, her vulva. I hope that she takes a drink and all the coffee goes down like a drain. And I hope that it just gets all caught in her vulva and she's like, and I hope that she just freaks the fuck out. And I hope she drinks a bunch of water and it just sits there all day. I hope she steps into an ant mound with her sandals on. Yeah, that's smart too. I mean, I don't want anything life threatening to happen to her, but I think an entire tuft of like pubic and asshole hairs would be nice for her to just get caught right on her fucking vulva. So that's how mad I was about that. And I'm glad I got it out. I'm so sorry, Lori. I realized that wasn't part of the story at all. And look how many people left the chat. I did, Dee, and thank you for being green. I realized we were on like a nice, like we were making sense. And then we just, right into the weeds we went. Oh, wow, Jamie. Yeah, that's hardcore. I love you. May the fleas of 1,000 camels infest her armpits. How about also her, that weird space between your vagina and your leg, that like weird divot, like where they connect? That would be funny too. You could have said, you need to calm down. That would have been funny. I should have just drove past her and rolled my window down and gone, you need to calm the fuck down right now. That would have been funny too. The point to this is, and I drug that out hardcore, but the point to that is people make shit their business and they place so much emotion, energy, and calm down, lady. You need to calm the fuck down. That would have been hilarious. Right. But people take situations that don't have anything to do with them. And it's like they pick that up and they're like, come sit under my wing and I shall make this my problem and judge the holy shit out of everything about it. Abigail, that's great. And I hope that your panty hamster gets infested with the fleas of 1,000 camels. Excuse me. Yeah, you don't even go here. P. Taylor, you shouldn't. It should just send to my address. When people buy Bo Bones, it just ships from Amazon to my house. P. Taylor, send me an email. That's weird and I need to fix that, but I will give you my address, P. Taylor. Send me an email. Thank you so much. That sucks. So what I'm trying to say is this. This is all to say this. People, or P. Taylor, if that's too much work, just fuck it. Thank you for the thought, though. People really like to take your shit and judge the shit out of you, and I don't know why they do it. I don't understand why people do that. The reason I'm talking about all this is because I think it's fascinating, but then I'm not going to say who. Someone sent me, yes, it might be the third, BJ Burke. Someone sent me a link to like a real cesspool. I put cat stuff on the wish list, yes, Kitty. Didn't I? There should be, God, I'm going to kill Kid. She is addicted to treats lately, and her behavior has so drastically changed. I cannot find a place to put her treats because she will find them, pull them down, and tear the bag open. And she never used to act like that. And I'm like, I really can't handle it. Yeah, Jackie Richards. So, okay, P. Taylor, I'm sorry. I hate that. It should just go directly to my house. That's why nobody's buying any fucking bones. Damn it. Fucking Amazon. Shit ass Bezos. I'm going to have to call him after this. So, it's probably a me issue, BJ Burke. I don't have any doubt about that. I create a lot of problems for myself in this world. Someone sent me some shit about me, right? And I never go looking for stuff. Why? When you're me, this is how I look at things now. When you're me, people come for you. They just do. I don't know. It's my face. I have that face. You either really like me or you really fucking hate me. What? There should be cat treats. There absolutely should be the sushi cat treats on that list. Fucking Amazon. Thank you, Patty F. I'll take a look when I'm done. People just really, I'm very polarizing and I'm not sure why. Do you have more than one wish list? No. What? Fuck my fucking life. I don't know. Okay. Then something's not right. Then I must have a separate wish list. That's what was poking me. That was attached to a tag on this shirt. I can't get it off. I can't get it off. Ah, okay. Wow. That's a giant super chat, Linda, and you already did that the other day. Thank you so much. The list with the sushi cat treats has pants for you. Yeah, there should be nothing for me on that list. The only thing that I know of that's not for the animals was I put some electrolytes on there for Huxley. Okay, I'll have to go check it out. That makes me mad. I thought the wish list was all streamlined and smoothed out and shit. I really just want on that list animal stuff. I don't want anything for me. I don't need any gifts. Please don't even consider that. I just put bones and cat treats because some people don't want to super chat, but they want to send something. And some people are huge animal lovers and they're like, oh, I want to get your dog some bones. And he actually needs them. He's an 85-pound poodle and he eats a lot of fucking bones. Again, don't worry about it because I'm going to buy him either way. Hey, Mad Drop, but Linda Stokes, that was really, really nice of you and a giant super chat. I very am grateful for that. Thank you. So this hate website Someone put a crock pot on there. Not a bad idea. This hate website, um, I don't go looking for hate on me. There's no point in doing that. I think that you are a what? A sadist? Is that the word? If you go looking for hate on yourself, if you go looking for hate on anything, you're going to find it. Thank you so much, Nancy. Animal stuff. I'll put it toward that, guys. They need bones. He needs bones. Thank you. Thank you so much, Nancy. What the fuck? I don't know how to do it then. Fuck it. I don't know how to do a wish list then. Then I guess I don't know what I'm doing. And that would be incredibly probably the right answer. I don't know what I'm doing I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to make a fucking thumbnail. So you got me. Okay, love and life. But the point is, I saw this hate on me. And why anyone would want to go read that shit, I don't know. But okay, Kim, it's a cesspool. And it reminds me so much of the lady at Costco. And here's why. You wouldn't believe the shit I read. It was insane. I was like, I can't believe. I actually feel sorry. I feel very, very, very sorry for the people who take to internet forums and take the fucking waste of time to write about a stranger on YouTube. And it was wild to see how much they have me figured out. Like the stuff I was seeing, there was people that were like, welcome in. We too are victims of Reese. And I was like, what? Like, and here's the craziest part. They're like this. Maximus Meridius, this. They're like, a lot of you have your real names. Nobody has a real name. Hey, Wendy Brewer, they're like that. It's like, prestigious beachcomber. It's like, dog loving mom of 3. It's like flower girl, planter, botanist lady. Like none of them have any accountability, right? And we've talked about this before. But hey, Parallel Jen, so many of these weird psychotic individuals with no fucking name, you don't know who they are, but they're just like, so they've got everything about me and my life and what I'm doing behind the scenes. Reese, I had the wrong link. Okay, so please post the right link and then somebody go test it. P. Taylor, Yadira's going to put the right Amazon wishlist link. Will you please go test it and tell me? Hot waffles? Okay, see, I don't even know. All aliases. So we're going to put all this truth and receipts out there on me, but we're not going to own up to it. We're not going to say who we really are, right? Which kind of kills your credibility. But even more importantly, I don't give a shit what they're saying. It doesn't matter what they're saying. They can say whatever they want. It's more the consistency in which, like, I've been here 3 years now. You've got a fucking mental illness if you have to take to the, so you're watching right now. These people are watching right now. They hate me. And then they take to the internet to write what they know, which they know nothing. I can't believe how off. I'm in it now and it works and shows your address. Thank you. Okay, P. Taylor. Thank you, Yadira, for figuring that out. Okay, good. Donna Cooper, I love you. Let's get ready to party, baby. Bring it. The amount of time and energy and consistency that it takes to write this shit every day. And I read some of it and I was like, this is insane how far off they are with their assumptions and all. Like there was something I probably spent 30 seconds. Like I literally skimmed and scanned what the person sent me and I was like, and I'm done. But there was something where someone said, oh yeah, Reese has tons of employees, people that are constantly scamming and skimming and going through the internet who are then threatening other people to do this or say that. She's constantly she has like henchmen. What? Like it said Reese has all the like tons of people that are scouring and going everywhere and threatening people when they see something they don't like and you're never allowed to say this or that. And I was like, "What? What the fuck?" First of all, that's giving me a lot of credit. That's pretty awesome that you think of me as Tony Soprano, right? That I've got like captains and workers under me. I hate to let you down, but literally, I spend most of my days trying not to eat that box of extra crispy Cheez Its, like looking up recipes, taking phone calls about some behind the scenes things. Like, nope, there's none of that going on. But it's interesting what these people think that I'm doing, like all of the mass destruction that I'm responsible for. And someone said, I'm new here and I was in her chat last week and she treated me like shit. And someone was like, "Welcome in. This is basically like the land of broken people where Reese just bullied and tried to kill." And we're just like, I was like, that's Osa. It probably is. Listen here, relatable Reese, if that's even your real name. We know the truth. I love you, Mad Drop. I have henchmen and and cronies. Thank you, Wendy. Just the shit. Like I would go insane trying to go read that shit all the time. I would never, ever, ever. Um, some tattoo lady thinks she knows everything. I'm sure she does. In her own head, she's probably a real legend. But it's so crazy to me that Lindsay, that people waste and spend time. So here's why I'm talking about this. And I found this was very interesting. I heard a reel and some things are really making sense to me. Like when I hear like really deep words, I apply it to things. And I was very inspired by this. Hey, Critters Creations. That's true love and life, but and everybody gets hate. If you're on the internet, you're gonna get hate. But Jess, I heard something, and this is very, very simple. Kim is blue. But it was a guy that said this. People operate on like vibes, right? We all know that. Like the vibe, Jen, wavelengths, vibrations. I think he used the word vibrations. And I don't know a lot about that stuff, but it kind of makes sense to me that like there are, like I said, there's doom gloom type people, mopey people who can't ever seem to get it together and everything sucks and the world's going to hell and everything's a problem. And that's like on a lower kind of frequency, in my opinion, like a lower vibration, a lower energy, right? I would say that's probably true. Sweet Potato Princess, there you go. I would say that I have probably like a higher vibration as far as like energy, right? Like I've got a lot of energy. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I probably am not like a low energy. I'm not an energy sucker kind of person. But this guy said this and it made a lot of sense. You attract whatever your vibration is. You attract, like Tommy said this to me and I'll never forget it. You are your audience. You are your audience. If I clickbait the shit out of my stuff all the time and I do drama and I'm constantly like, we ride at dawn. Let's fucking do this. Let's go. Let's kick some ass. Like you guys are going to constantly be in flight or fight and be like, okay, all right, we ride at dawn. Like I feel like you attract whatever it is. Like I love this audience more than anything because it's just a lot of like-minded people here who are super intelligent, deep thinkers, right? And typically want to be flexible in life and be willing to move and improve and learn from our mistakes. Like that's the kind of people I like. But if you look at, hey, Joel Sachs, it's incredibly true. If you went and looked at my old haters like Marilyn, who used to do stuff on me all the time, If you look at her live chat when she's hating on me, it's a bunch of people that are like, yeah, get her, Mama Bear. She's a liar. Yeah. Like it's just a bunch of like minded, it's an echo chamber. You're going to attract that. Like if you're a hater, you hate yourself. First of all, you hate you more than you hate everybody else. But you're going to attract people who like to band together and hate. That ain't my fucking vibe. That is not what I like to do. And I run from people like that, right? If you're one of those people that's like, come sit with me, I've got all the tea. Bye. I don't want to know you. But it's so true that you're going to attract whatever you are. Like, you know how we always say meet people where they're at, place people where they are, right? Like meet them where they're at. Some people are the lady at the gas pump, not minding her own business, angry about everything, literally pumping gas, and it had nothing to do with her. And she's looking at me like I'm in trouble, going, like, what the fuck? If I didn't want to go to jail, I would have like really liked to have done some shit to her, because it's like, I wish I would have gotten out of my car and gone, what the fuck is this at any of your business? What are you shaking your fucking head at me? Put your eyes back in your fucking head, Warden. What are you doing? Right? Like this doesn't have anything to do with you. That's how I feel about all those weirdos that are like, reset this, reset this. We decoded what Reese said last night in her stream about this because she didn't mean it. She meant this. And she's fucking grifting for super chats. And she's doing this. And Linda Stokes gave her $50. And she really was doing, it's like, you guys are nuts and wasting a lot of time, because none of what I read in those 30 seconds was accurate. None of it. But it's crazy to me how these people are like, we've got her figured out. Welcome into the group, because this is where we speak truth and we can speak Reese and we know exactly what she's doing. You guys, I've never met them. Jackie Richards, I don't know these fucking people. I know one of them still to this day claims that she's fucking Tommy. Yes, you heard that correctly. Psycho Shannon Travolta, I like to call her because she has a Travolta chin. Psycho Shannon, right? She claims that she's fucking Tommy to this day. She's got it all in her head that she's having sex with him and flying to Ecuador. And she's never met me. I don't know I don't know anything other than her name. Never talked to her in my life. But this woman has me figured out to a T. And keep in mind, she's been talking about me for 3 years. And the second I mentioned the name Shannon, now she's going to go in there and go, see, Reese is obsessed with me. She can't stop talking about me. That's the other way they flip it. I don't know how to sum these people up like they know how to sum me up. All I can think of is mental illness, severe mental instability, major instability. To take a stranger on the internet, on a YouTube channel. Yeah, Kim is blue, but it was still ridiculous. I don't think so, Anita Card, but honestly, I don't know. She's obsessed with Tommy. Guys, look, I like Tommy. I really love the guy, but I'm not on the internet writing about him every day, I'll tell you that. And I'm not like writing in my journal about him every day. And I'm not like talking about him all the time. I love him, but I've been with him for years and he's a special, special man. But I can't think of a time I obsessed about anybody, to be honest. Like, I don't know that I'm the obsessive type. The way that I look at this is like, hey, old Charlie, why do you guys have to be so sure of yourselves and have that kind of control? Why do you have to have all of this figured out about a stranger? Like, don't you have lives? Do you have a job? If you don't have a job, do you have a husband, a wife? Do you have a fucking friend? Do you have a hobby? Do you have a pet? Do you have a parent that you can call and check on? Like, when I am done on YouTube, I'm done on YouTube. Sometimes I'll check in and say hi to Lindsay if she's live. Sometimes lately I'll pop into the lifeboat and say hi. But really, I've kind of avoided both of those guys too because it's not any, I'm not punishing them. It's just I'm kind of pulling away from it. It's not my life. Hotcakes, waffles, okay. And prestigious combs are weird to still be posting about you after all this time. You better believe it. Yeah, I don't know who the fuck those people are, but they're nuts. And it shows you how their credibility is out the window because you can't even put, you're going to put everything you know about me and my life. And here's the truth. And here's the receipts. And this is where you come for the truth on Reese. And your name is Hotcakes Waffles. Do you see how insane you sound? That's nuts. She's enraged at Tommy and seems to idealize him. She's in a fantasy world and is really sad. That's fucked the fuck up. Are you serious? They are recapping this stream as you speak. That is sad. I think that's really sad. I do. I find that to be depressing that they're going to die one day and having accomplished taking to the internet to write about a stranger that you're jealous of. Right? I mean, really, that's what we're looking at. And I don't say that lightly. A lot of people will go, it's jealousy. And I'm like, I don't know. Is it? Nah. Yes. In this scenario, yes. What do I have that you wish you had? There's got to be something. There's got to be. I'm sure Jimena is still posting away about her trauma. Yeah, the second you mentioned Jimena too, I mentioned Jimena, like 2 months ago? And I guess she took to the internet to go, I don't even have a channel anymore, but I'm so important. And I want everyone to know I'm important and to feel sorry for me. And I'm just a big victim of Reese. And as you can see, Reese can't stop talking about me. Hey, Marsha Laird. And she was like, and I know how important I am to Reese. And she can't keep me out of her head because I'm so important. You're not, nor am I. I didn't think I was. Hotcakes Waffles is Jimena. Oh, okay. Well, that's fucking crazy. That's gross. And she's obsessed and she's jealous if that's Jimena. Like, how long has it been since I've talked to Jimena? Anybody? At least 2 years now. Can you fucking imagine obsessing over someone that you no longer have any relationship with? Zero. She was a mod for like a month. Yeah, that's it. Never had her phone number. Never knew her on a personal level. Never talked to her one-on-one. And she's 2 years later still talking about me. Can you imagine? And I'm the psycho, grifter, liar, fraud, scam artist, everything else under the sun, criminal. Prestigious Shannon is jealous and probably a very hurt person. She wanted something she can't have, and it sucks, but she needs to move on. She's mad at me, though, because she wants Tommy. Hey, Jennifer Minton, put that together. Girl, there are 8 billion people on this planet, and Tommy's great, but I assure you, you can find someone, right? Like Tommy is very specific. Mad Drop, apparently it's really traumatic. Tommy is a very specific breed. And I say this a lot. Tommy says this to me and it's very true. All these women that want him, and I don't think it's a long list, but there are some jealous psycho women that really would like to have Tommy, would kick his ass to the curb within a week or two of being with him. He is not who you think he is. He's very tough to have as a man in a relationship. And he's very specific because of his background trauma. And the way he has put it is, I have been adopted at the shelter and sent back. Thank you so much, P. Taylor. I appreciate that so much. She got mad because you wanted someone unblocked. I don't even know what that means. Doesn't Shannon realize even if you left Tommy, he wouldn't pick Shannon? No, I don't think she does, because I think she lives in a fantasy land and she's a total psychopath. But Tommy has been adopted and returned to the shelter his entire life. He is a very difficult breed to have. And it took years for us to finally balance, because in the beginning we were toxic as shit for each other. So it shocks me that people are even like How do you know you want Tommy? You really don't even know him, Shannon. Let's be real. You don't even know him. And like Nancy said, even if Tommy and I broke up, he wouldn't be with you. Tommy is very, very, very specific. Like, it's bizarre to me that I have to explain this on the internet. It's not rational. It probably feels better for her to be mad at you, Reese, and not mad at Tommy. Yeah, she's insanely in love with Tommy, but she hates me. It's very single white female, like, oh wow, the sky is weird. It's very what's that movie with Glenn Close where she put the bunny in the boiling pot? She was so hot in that movie though. Um Fatal Attraction. It's very Fatal Attraction. It's like you're a little too old to be so enthralled with a man. Like, men are great, relationships are great, but you shouldn't worship anybody. Let's be real. Like, Tommy's great. I'm in love with him. He's my person through and through. He's my very best friend. But that's just it. That's what he is. He's not, I don't put him on a pedestal. He's not God. I don't worship him. Tommy's got his own set of problems, right? And we just are we're a good balance for each other. That's how I look at that. I love him deeply with all my heart, but like, I don't put him before me, right? Like, I put on my own oxygen mask first. He is perfect for me. He's not for everyone. So it's just odd to me that these total strangers think they have it all figured out. Jimena was a mod for me. Yeah, Amy, Jimena was a mod for me for like a month or two, 3, I don't know, but it was certainly not 6. Hey, Happy Days. They're not haters, they're stalkers. That's a great point, Lumen. This has been going on for years. You ladies need to find some sort of a group that's productive and healthy, right? I hate to tell people what to do, but the jig is up. This is getting weird. And thank God I don't go over there. Oh God, she couldn't handle Tommy. Thank God I don't go over there. I don't read this shit. I don't ever look at it. I saw it today for a very short window of time and I was like, whoa, people are fucking nuts. And they go over there saying how crazy I am and I have all of you fooled and I'm just stealing your money left and right. And no, I'm sorry to break this to you, but this is just a real channel where we come because we want to be here and we break it down and we talk about life and we laugh and we cry. And it's weird that you try to pervert it into something it isn't. Hey, Marie Marion, I'm here for about 2 hours a day to check in, say hi, talk about life, talk about leaving Scientology, talk about whatever we want to talk about. And that grinds your fucking gears to the point where you have to talk about it every day. You guys spend 2 hours watching me. You're in here right now watching this, wasting your time, hate watching something. Then you're going to waste even more time taking what you interpreted and what you didn't hear and twisting it and perverting it into something else and typing an entire dissertation on that. And we're the crazy ones. Thank you, Cindy G. And I'm nuts. Can someone explain that? That's fucking crazy. You guys have been doing this for years. Are you, I mean, I just wonder, like, are we going to hit 2030 and Shannon and Jimena and all these crazy motherfuckers are still going to be in there just like typing away about life and how they have me just all summed up? That's fucking sad. It very much tells more about them than me, 100%. Because Mad Drop, it has to. They don't know me at all. That is definitely the definition of insanity. No, I can't because it's learned behavior and can't imagine what psycho would teach them to do that. And here's the thing too, it is a little bit, it puts me on edge. Honestly, Goot didn't scare me and he was threatening to come to my house. Okay. These women freak me out a little bit. People get murdered. Content creators, like people on the internet get killed. People send shit to their homes. People do really weird stuff. And let's face it, women are more psychologically able to like do some crazy shit. Goot didn't scare me. Hey, Cherokee Joy. They don't know how many people laugh at them and what they have said. Sad. I'm assuming a lot of people laugh at them. Do you think Osa's in their chat and email? Oh God, yes, Ree. My guess is it's like Jimena, Shannon, Barb, Sylvie. It's probably like 4 or 5 real people, and then it's probably like 35 to 40 Osa agents revving them up and coming and making it weirder. And before they're sitting here laughing, going, "No, it's not. We're real people." How do we know that? When your name is Beachcomber Prestigious or Oreo woman or fucking hot cake waffle Nashville chicken, how the fuck are we supposed to know who's Osa and who's not? Because there's no accountability at all. Steal my money, please. Noted. Taken. Cha-ching. Thank you, DS Kitty, and I love you. Thank you for that. That's a big super chat, and I appreciate it. Reese, of course, because some know they are only motivated with causing ill will. It gets a little creepy. Women creep me out way more than men in that department because, I mean, let's put it this way. Oh my God, that was some crazy lightning in my peripheral view. Goot said he was coming here and all that. What kind of a dipshit plans to go cause harm to someone at their address and puts it on the internet? Like, I never thought for a second that he was actually going to come here. Now, I still reported it to the police because I still think that it's important to go, hey, cover your ass, right? Cover your bases. And just in case, have protection, stuff like that. But I never thought for a second he was going to arrive. Because if you were going to go harm somebody, typically loose lips sink ships. You're not going to say you're going to do it. You're just going to do it. Right? If you actually intend to go cause physical harm to someone, I would guess that you're going to go do it without telling anyone if you were smart. Jimena, that was definitely 2 years ago or so when you were still with Jeff. Yeah, she's a nutcase. She thinks she's this like, Lady-O, she thinks that she's this like, got it. From what I read, if that's her, she thinks she's got it all figured out. And she's this like therapist and so good with mental health. And she's so smart. She can break it all down. She's a certified fucking nut. She is unstable. That is really, really, really concerning. They've tied their worth and value to stalking and tearing you down. Time is not limitless. Way to spend your time. That's a beautiful thing to say. They've tied their identity to me. Their identity, their worth, their value. They literally have nothing else to do but focus on a stranger on the internet at this point. And we are strangers. We have not spoken in years. Shannon, I've never talked to in my life, and yet she knows me in and out. She knows me better than my mother knows me. Somehow, right? They have no skin in the game, but they want to have skin in the game, and you have to wonder why. She committed a felony against me, allegedly, but there's proof. Is that what they said? I committed a felony? Is that true? Did they actually say that? That I committed a felony? See, that's where you get in. That's what I mean. That's where you get into like concerning territory. That's where, so Shannon has said that Tommy sent Shannon naked videos of him. Really? Did you report that to the police? Can you post the videos? Tommy has given your permission 100 times. Go ahead. Post those videos. Put up what you put out. Tell us about it, right? That's insane. You cannot just make up shit like that. So she said I committed a felony. Wow. Can we see the police report? Can we see where I was arrested? Don't you get arrested for a felony? That's crazy. That's too far. Not you, she did. I don't know what you mean. What woman sleeps with someone else's partner and leaves a shoe under the bed? Then she said, and she was angry. I don't know. It's fucking crazy. Yes, Kestrel, that is not a true story. Hold on, guys. I'm going to blow my nose. DOA can tell you how to sue them for defamation. I would never try to sue these bitches. They're so insane. No, she committed one against me. Jackie, so one of those ladies committed a felon against you, is what you're saying? Who plays these games? Who plays these weird fucking games? This is so childlike to me. It's such a stunted, emotionally maturity stunted issue. Jackie, I'm sorry. That's crazy. Yeah, Cherokee, your comments are coming up. None of their stories make sense. Well, you guys seem to know some of them. Maybe some of you go over there and read this shit. I do not. I do not. Oh, wow. Well, now, Reese, you're better rethink the name of your other channel. Better go with Crim and Crim. Ah, that's hilarious. Jackie is correct. Wow. I'm so glad I don't go over there. I couldn't do it. It would be like drinking poison for me. I could not go over there and daily read all this shit about me, but not just me, other people. I'm sure they're trashing other people as well. It's not like I'm the only one getting hate, but it's like, do these people ever self-reflect? Do they ever wake up one morning or go to bed one night going, I've never met Reese, and I write books about her every day as to what she's doing. Huxley? Oh, just checking. It's okay, Bo. It's just your brother. Yeah. It's okay. How cute. You're all right. Bojangies, a Bojangies. You're okay. It's okay. He's a good boy. He's a good person. I just can't get over it. I can't get over, do these people ever self-reflect? Or are they constantly projecting? Are they constantly like, no, this is all Reese. This is all her fault. The whole world is on Reese and she steals and she's a grifter. I know, Kim, it's so cute. But I don't waste a lot of time thinking about this stuff. The only reason I'm talking about it is because we were building, hey, Hope, we were building for this as far as people who, in Scientology, I'm used to people who just stab you in the front and move on. You write a report, you address it in ethics, you give it to the case supervisor, and you move on. In the real world, there's some psychos. I've never seen anything like it. Before you and Nora and Lindsay really formed a trio of friends and assorted that you support each other, all I heard was shit about you everywhere. That isn't true. Where did those people go? I don't know, because I don't go check on these people. Happy Days, I don't know. And I'm not really entirely sure what you mean. Cute, Holly. People are really fucking unhinged. And I feel like people in the real world, they'll kind of have their shit together and they don't. And it's weird. And it's very foreign to me. It's very like, it's just such a strange concept to wake up every day and go to the internet to be the voice of reason on a YouTube show for a girl that got out of a cult and just does her own thing on a show, staying in her own lane, had the same mods for years, been in the same relationship for years, just trying to get through life like everybody else, trying to stay positive about it, realize some new things, learn some new concepts. Yeah, Armine, it's so strange to me that there are people out here that just don't ever look inward. I think it's foreign to me because that's all I do. I'm constantly looking inward. I'm like, how can I improve this? How can I work on that? I need to talk about that in therapy. I should make notes about that. I should write that down and then make a show about it. Like, I'm constantly thinking, how can I improve myself? I'm not thinking, Shannon, hey, Heather, I'm not like Shannon over here. I need to focus on her. I need to do all kinds of hate on Jimena. Like, I don't point fingers very often, right? Like I don't go there. It's not really my business. Therefore, I don't read what people are saying about me. But do you ever question those people? Do you ever like thank you, Maximus. Do you ever like it's odd. Thank you, Hope. I'm a little bit better. I'm on my second day of antibiotics. People fucking shock me. I made and ate my dinner while watching Reese. I have a stomach ache now. Reese made me get a stomach ache. That adds up. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Sorry, Anne, and I will Venmo you to go get some Pepto. I'm not calling it narcissism, but avoiding self reflection is a common trait. Is it really? See, I try to avoid the word narcissist. I know people love to use that word. I don't have the educational background enough on what a narcissist is and what it isn't. So I really don't like to call that word out because I don't want to speak to it. I don't know. I'm not educated enough on it. But I'm asking you, of course not, Jamie, and I'm glad. I'm not calling it narcissism, but avoiding self-reflection is a common trait. Is that true? Avoiding it, because if that's true, that's very interesting to me. These people will do anything to avoid talking about themselves. They can only talk about me. And I find that a little bit, that's one of the reasons I don't want to know. I don't want to go over and read that shit because it's super concerning. If people want to do the blame game, they can blame for getting Reese sick. It's a waste of time in some form or fashion. Idiots often continue to be idiots. And here's the thing, they're not anybody I want to associate with anyway. Like, this is why I don't waste a lot of time talking about them, because they're never going to be deep thinkers and they're never going to be critical thinkers. Those are the kind of people that are very, very easy to manipulate. And I don't want to have anything to do with people like that, where you can just push them over with a feather. Like, they'll believe anything, right? Like, anything you tell them, they're like playing a game of telephone, right? And they'll believe anything you say. So yes, I don't have any interest in the Shannons or the Jimenez of the world because they're so fucking easy to rock and so easy to manipulate. And I really only like to talk to people at this point who think for themselves. They might hear something bad about me or a friend or someone else and go, I'm going to go see for myself about that. I don't know that I just believe that blindly. People who read shit and go, oh my God, I used to love Reese. I didn't know all that. Fuck off out of here. Quite honestly, I don't want that around me because it's toxic as shit. That's really toxic if you just blindly believe stuff. I don't like that. It's very Scientology. It's very group think. Thank you, Hope. Yeah, Allison, I get that. You're on YouTube. You're not real to most of us. Oh God, something just hit my cornea. And I have really thin corneas because I had 2 surgeries on my corneas. And like the slightest little thing that touches my cornea, it really hurts. Holy crap, that was painful. You're not real to most of us, but some of us think you are in their lives. The other thing that sucks is, and it's just the way it is I think some people really think of me as like a soap opera. Like, it's like a show. It's like a Netflix show. That's not the case. So that's also odd for me. It's like, but that's not a me problem. That's their problem that they can't see me as a real person. We are all more damaged than we realize, Pamela. I agree. I agree. Yeah, what Ree says, people are, thank you, Kestrel. People are weird. What can you do? Well, you can't, that's the thing, is you can't control any of this. So while it felt good to talk about it and kind of assess the damage and situation there's nothing we can do about it. And that's okay. Like, they're going to continue to exist. They're going to continue to write a full fucking thesis on what they think they know, and they're going to think they're right. And there's probably going to be 5 or 10 more of them by the end of the year, right? So it's like, I don't waste a lot of time on that or energy because they're always going to exist. They're going to be existing after I'm dead. That kind of person will always exist. Oh, sure, Jackie. So I don't, that doesn't get me all flustered, right? Interesting, Parker. It doesn't get me flustered to think about this kind of stuff. I never understood what baby reindeer means. People use that as some relating to something else. I don't know what the fuck it means. It's like some inside joke that I'm not a part of. But I'm okay. Like, they're never going to rattle me. It's not what they're saying that upsets me. It's the concept that you spend hours per day obsessing about a total stranger on YouTube. That part kind of freaks me out. And so I don't even like to go look because then I'll start obsessing about their behavior and like what causes that. Where did you come from? What planet did you fucking come from? Because it's weird. It's weird. It's concerning at this point that it's been years and you still are obsessing about someone you don't even know. Baby Reindeer is a Netflix series about a woman who had a baby reindeer stuffed animal. Baby Reindeer was about a female stalker. Okay. Weird. Remember, Reese, you got sick right after me. I'm surprised these people haven't connected the dots. Go ahead, haters. Blame me for Reese's illness. I don't care. I got it from Abigail. I wasn't going to say anything, but Abigail, thank you for taking responsibility. Interesting. I didn't know that. I don't watch Netflix shows, but social media has gotten out of hand with the bullying for sure. It's really fucking insane. And there's no end in sight. So therefore, I don't like freak out. I'm not melting down. I'm not obsessing like they do. I guess I just look at it this way. I don't even obsess about people I know. I don't obsess about movie stars. The only thing I would even say, would I use the word obsessed is like, if I'm driving and I'm like, oh shit, there's Chipotle. Fuck, I gotta stop. I obsessed when Taco Bell brought back the enchilada. I did. I obsessed about that for about a week. You guys saw it here. I don't obsess over people. And I think it's a weird thing to do. It's obviously a mental illness, and I don't share in that pool of mental illness. I have my other own probably mental illnesses. I'm weird about certain foods. I'm weird about smells. I'm weird about body fluids. I don't like stuff like that. And I get real weirded out by things. But obsessing about people just seems like such a waste of fucking time. Who's that important in your life that you're obsessing? Seriously. I can't think of one person. Now, I really, really, really was in love with Fred. Arm hairs. Yeah, arm hairs getting into the food at buffets and the Costco samples. I do obsess about that. I'm more obsessed, Kim, about stuff that creeps me out and grosses me out, germs, public places. Like when you touch a fucking door handle and it's wet, I'll lose my damn mind over that. But I don't find myself ever, I can't think of a fucking time in my life of a pattern where I couldn't stop obsessing over a person, especially a person I don't know. Man, I could probably remember in my early 20s having like a raging crush on a boy and like maybe obsessing about it and then sleeping with him and being like, he wasn't even very good. But I can't think of a fucking time where I've obsessed over a person, especially some woman that I'm not going to gain anything out of, that I'm never going to meet. That's some crazy. I mean, that really, if you think about it that way, like I think about the Taylor Swifts and the famous people, which I'm not famous and I'm a nobody, but like think about those people who have to get like restraining orders because they have people who obsess over them. That's how Shannon is and Jimena. It's like, you're obsessing over my life. You've got nothing to do with it. We have no connections, no ties whatsoever. And you are lying and saying crazy shit about a person that you don't know. That's wild. I can't think of anyone that I would want to waste my fucking time on ever like that. I can't imagine. That's like homework. If you think about it, that's like homework. That would be like going, okay, Reese, you have to watch this every day, and then you have to type up what you said about it and what you thought about it and all your thoughts. I'm way too lazy to do that. I'm never going to obsess over a person that much. I wouldn't even consider doing it over food. Maybe I would. If someone were like, okay, eat the Centurito and then write down your feelings immediately after. Maybe. That's a big if because I'm lazy. I'm not going to go write about shit. I don't want to write about anything. I don't want to fucking hear your thoughts about it. And I realize that's how I make my living. Okay. I realize what I just said. But that's just the way of the Lord. But Shannon, Jimena, you guys better fucking check yourselves because that is concerning on a lot of levels. Now that I just said it out loud and broke it down even more, that is fucking weird to watch me right now. You guys are watching me now, and then you're going to take to the internet to write about it. And you don't know me, and you think you have it all summed up and figured out. That's fucking concerning. And I wouldn't waste time on that on a really good pizza. But I couldn't do it on a person. There's no one important enough to me that I would do that. I don't find anyone important enough to give that much of a shit about them, to watch them. I don't even watch Tommy that long. If I go in and say hi. Hey, Tony P. And then I'll say hi to the, 30, 40 people that say hi back to me. And then I hop out and go find something to eat. Like, I don't even want to listen to him that long. Same with Lindsay. I don't watch her entire show. I'll go in and say hi to everybody else, and then I'm out. I don't want to. That's a waste of like so much energy and those are people I love. Think about it for a minute. Those are two people I love. I do it because I want to do it, right? Can you imagine if I hated Lindsay and Tommy and I went in there and lurked and said nothing and I was just like seething and breathing fire, and then I went to the internet to be like, I know everything. I know all the secrets about Lindsay and Tommy and I've got them figured out. That's creepy. You're a fucking creeper. Wow. Now that I just said that all out loud and broke it down, I'm really creeped the fuck out by these people. That's weird. That is a large waste of time that you're never going to get back. I get it if you like hated me for a few minutes and went and did that and you became a part of it, but then you left and you found a life. These people have been doing that for years. That should be studied. That should be studied and possibly a restraining order. That's fucking weird as shit. That is something Osa would do. Good Lord, that's weird. Wow. When you really look at it that way, that's fucking weird. Yeah, that Dylan Chatterton dude, he was one of them. I'm glad, Allison. I'm happy to hear that. Wow. People are fucking crazy. That's some stalker behavior. Women can be a little more creepy than men in that case sometimes. I think we should talk about that more. It's exhausting. And let's face it, guys. I know you like me. A lot of you do, a lot of you don't. But the ones that do, I'm not that fucking interesting. I mean, nobody should like me enough. There's nothing that's that fucking fascinating about me at all. Okay, let's be real. I don't bring a lot to the world. I'm not like bringing a bunch to the table. I've talked about this. When I think what I bring to the table, it's always like a small plate, like tapas. I'll bring like some Greek olives and a little side of hummus, like a dollop. But I'm not like bringing a bunch to the table. I'm not that fucking interesting at all to be taking to the internet to obsess about me. There's nothing to obsess about, right? Like there's just not. It's not that interesting. The only thing that makes me super happy in this world is Chipotle. All the restaurants I miss from Kansas City, a good barbecue. And I know I say that and I don't eat a lot of meat. Thank you, Tony P. The Enchilito, who's at Taco Bell, that's back for a limited time. Nachos. I mean, nachos are always going to get me really excited. Yeah, you're not that important, says Lumen, but I love you because we're just friends. You don't have to be obsessed with me. That's not necessary. There's nothing to obsess about. It's just not that interesting. I love soup. God, I love soup. Whenever I think about getting overly excited about something, it's almost always in the realm of food. That's it. That's fucking it, right? So I'm not so sure that this is healthy. I don't think it is. And I don't think it's healthy to get excited over an enchilito either. And I think I should think about that. I can't think of a lot of things that would make me that worked up to go fucking write a dissertation on it. I can't. I can't. And to do that every day of your life for years, you got a fucking problem. And your problem isn't me. It's your head. And you need to get that fucking checked. You're wearing my favorite rings. I put them on because I thought of you. Literally, I was like, I'm going to put on my Jen Finbergs, my Fen Jinbergs. I love you. We have these rings, and I always will think of you when we put them on together. Thank you for the super chat, and I love you. You're fake vegetarian, and you have fake turquoise, and you don't even go here. Reese, the fact that you can get on every day and talk about different subjects for over an hour and more is unbelievable. Is it really, Tony P? Thank you. What a nice thing to say. I bet they started to be haters after loving you because they thought you didn't. They did. I think they ended. I don't know about Shannon, But Jimena, a lot of these people really, really liked me in the beginning and then just decided I wasn't their best friend and I didn't live up to the expectations that they set in their own head. And then they decided to become haters. That's what happened to Susie Oberhor. Thank you, Barbara Waite. That's what happened. Susie loved me and was like obsessive and sent me a Bible, and I didn't respond in the way that she liked. Therefore, she became a hater. That's how most of these people started out. I wasn't their bestie like they wanted. They set these really high expectations. I didn't meet them. So, like, instead of just going away and not me not meeting those expectations, they decided to make up all kinds of stories, lies, all kinds of shit to fill in the blanks. And that's how that all happened. I know they're your old mods, not all of them. Shannon, I've never met. Don't even know who she is, other than she's obsessed with Tommy. So not all of them are my old mods. You have to keep that in mind. I think it's just they need someone to hate. There's obviously some shit going on in their heads, and it's concerning. It's a little creepy to me. I do have the best mods now. Kim is blue. Breeze, you lied about your affair. You broke the sacred trust between creator and mods. That is one of their big things. They're mad that I lied about my affair with my ex-husband. Let that sink in for a minute. Years later, divorced, moved on with the same man now that I cheated on my husband with, and that was one of the big things. They wanted to be worshipped. They did. And they still do. That's why they continue this whole big lie that they entertain on the internet. How sad. That's fucking, it makes me feel sorry for them. Because what if they're doing that on the internet? Do you ever think, like, what is their daily life like? What is their interactions like with their children, their spouses, their parents, animals, co-workers? What are these people like in the real world? It's not good. How dare you not live up to someone else's expectations? Yeah, it's weird. Who are they to know about your sex life? Well, Allison, I've talked about it on the internet. Never mind that the cellist was out having a roll in the hay all the time. That's true. This was weird. This is weird. Do you have any speeding tickets? I got one speeding ticket in my entire life, Happy Days. I think I was like 19 or 21, somewhere in there. I've never had another ticket in my life. Was Shannon the whack job that tried to get Tommy to meet her in Vegas? No, that was Christy Hughes. Tommy's had a few whack jobs. Hey, Mother Revenge, and he still does. Are they honest about the things they are not proud of? No. I would guess no. They live in the victim place where you did everything wrong to them. It makes you wonder, how did they live their life before I came along and existed on YouTube 3 years ago? These are grown-ass adult women. Who the fuck were they blaming before I existed, right? Seriously. Kid. I wish you'd come over here so we could show everyone how much weight you lost. Kid's on Ozempic. I actually feel, Kid. Come here. Gotcha. Guys, look at how skinny. Look at how skinny Kid is. Kid, did you know that you're thin, girl? You're a tiny little, you're an empty. Where's your fatty pouch? What happened to it? Why are you taking Ozempic, girl? Why are you taking my Ozempic pills? Why are you so skinny? But you try to steal treats all day, girl. Kid, why are you so dainty, girl? Kid, just show everybody what happened to your fatty pouch. Where did it go? What happened to your fatty pouch, kid? What happened to your potatoes, girl? Potatoes? Where'd they go? Kid is so fucking cute. I know. Who replaced Kid? She's so thin. Kid, why are you so thin, girl? But then you keep trying to get into the treats and tear shit up, girl. Okay, come here, jealousy. Wow, really unbelievable too. She slimmed down a lot, Hope. Jamie Castro's like, it's gone. Anita, I haven't started it yet. I'm going to finish my bottle of Ribelsis because I think I have 10 days left. And I'm doing that on purpose because then the Ozempic gives me a little bit of a window, meaning sometimes the pharmacy's out of shit. And I don't know, Patty. And I wanted to give a little bit of a little bit of a starter window. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna from the day of picking up the Ozempic. So I'm gonna finish my Ribelsis for the next like 10 days and then start it so that I have a little tiny bit of wiggle room to overlap when I go to get it again. Because I'm afraid I've had this happen to me where like I'm down to my last pill and the pharmacy's like, we're out of stock. We can't get it in until Tuesday. So I thought I'm gonna wait. I'm going to give it a little tiny bit of wiggle room so that doesn't happen to me. Joanne says, I'm here every day, not stalking. I just enjoy being here with you and everyone. I live alone and I have no family close. So this is my extended family. Well, you and me both. You are my family. I actually left my family's Thanksgiving last year because I was like, I got to go do a show for Joanne Hawley. She's all alone today. No joke. And thank you for the super chat, but I take this seriously. For the people who want to be here, who are loyal to me and come here every day, you're not stalkers. This is just a place where we come and meet every day. If you want to be here, be here. If you don't and you've outgrown it and I'm no good for you anymore and this is just a season, I wish you well. But that's all this is. There's nothing more to it. There's no smoke and mirrors. There's no shit going on behind the scenes, right? There's no grifting and you don't see me putting up a big fucking scanning QR code, right? You don't see anything going across my channel going, give me money, give me money, give me money. It is what you see here. And the Shannons and the Jimenez of the world can't accept that it could just possibly be real. God forbid. It's just a place where we all meet up. And if people want to give me a super chat or two, they do. But more importantly, 300 plus people come here for 2 hours or more a day where we can just talk about life and shoot the shit. God forbid it's just fucking maybe real. Oh no, there has to be some other agenda to it. There isn't. And you're going to be really sad at all the fucking time and years that you wasted trying to crack the code and figure it out. There's nothing going on. And when I go see Tommy in Ecuador, we just like to be together and we go and we walk the beach. There's no scamming. There's none of that shit going on that you guys think is actually going on. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I love that I can come in here and listen for the most part when I'm struggling. There's love. Exactly. And Joanne Hawley, I just want you to know I love you and I feel the same way about you. And I take that very seriously. Right. But all these people always have the option and choice to leave. Right. We saw Teresa today for the first time in 6-9 months. I was so happy to see her come check in with us. Right. Not everybody leaves angry. Joe and Rain Virus. Right. We don't see them much anymore. They're doing great. She's in our Facebook group. She posts stuff all the time. She's just having a fun summer with her pool. And Joe's busy DJing. Not everything has to be a bad thing, but people come, people go. I'm just grateful for the people who want to be here in the here and now. I can't predict the future. And what happened in the past, I'm very sorry for. But we've got to move on from that. There is no secret, weird stuff going on. There just isn't. But you keep believing that. 38 years deprived of connection. How's your time? How's your time? I don't know what that means. Yeah, 38 years deprived of connection, though. It's true, Anne. And so I'm here for connection. But it's not fake and it's not some scheme to get people's money. I'm just here because I'm really grateful to be here. Now's your time. Yeah, that makes sense. Reese, question who is in the group? I don't know what you mean. Why did this pop up twice? I'm assuming this is one super chat and it just accidentally put up twice. No, Hope, he didn't. Honey Lou, I love Reese in the community here. No weird stalking. I've just found where I belong, learn and grow. Thank you, Reese. I love you. That's another one that I've gotten very close to her. And we know some very private things about each other now and our kids and things like that. And I just really, really love this woman. But it doesn't have to that doesn't mean it's weird. That doesn't mean there's some secret thing going on. That doesn't mean anything. We just found a place where we like to connect and chat and unload. Thank you, Honey Lou, and thank you for the super chat. Maybe the Facebook group. What do you guys mean? The group chat. I'm talking about the Facebook group. Hey, Erica. A group chat in Facebook. So the mods can post the Facebook group. Anybody can come into our Facebook group. We've got quite a few members where it's pretty active. And I post in there every day when I'm about to go live, just to give a heads up in case YouTube doesn't tell you. But lots of people post in our Facebook group. It's very active and I love it in there. There's just like 3 questions. You have to answer the group questions to get in. And I think one of them is like, what's your YouTube handle? And do you agree to the rules of the group? Like any group. I'm in a lot of cooking groups and shit like that. I have to do the same thing. K-Space gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much. K-Space, that's really nice of you, babe. Thank you. This is the closest thing to a social life I have now. I can't drive anymore. I love hearing what everyone is up to. And what's wrong with that? Why does it have to be so fucking nefarious? That's what I don't get. And they'll do it forever. Like I'm not trying to fight it. I realize you can't fight it. But it's not nefarious. And I love how people like to dirty the waters and pervert the shit out of everything. And it's like, you're mistaken. So sorry. Jackie got a membership from you, K-Space. Thank you. All right, guys. Tommy's going to go live in 10 minutes. I'm going to hop over there and say hello. But even then, I'm just going to dip out and go eat something for dinner. I appreciate you listening. It was kind of all over the place, but I feel like I got some things out that I wanted to process. And P. Taylor, if you got you did get bones for both. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what's wrong with the wish list. Sounds like I don't know what the fuck to do. There you go, Ree. I'm not single and isolated. There you go. Check the mail. Okay, I will. Thank you, K-Space. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Please hit subscribe. Please check. Please look at your device that you're watching on and check and hit subscribe. If you don't mind, it's just supportive. It doesn't cost anything. Hit the like button. And to those that it did cost, who super chatted, to the ones who gifted memberships, became members, thank you. I really appreciate that. It helps me. I'm a single mom and it helps me and my kid, but it's not weird and there's nothing more to it. People just do it because they want to. And I really, really appreciate that. I never take it for granted. Thank you, Maximus. Closing, the wicked have set their traps for me. Get out of my life, you evil-minded people. Lord, sustain me as you promised, so that I may live. I love that Old Testament, Abigail. That's very fitting. And Abigail, thank you always for that. And for the super chat, I appreciate it very much. Alana, if this is a scheme, it's one I love to support and feed into. Long live the scheme. It is kind of a long-going scheme at this point. Wouldn't people have figured it out if this was some kind of a scheme? Except for like the Shannon and the Jimenez? Like, wouldn't there be more? Hey, Liv's mom, Carol. Thank you for your super chat, Alana. And thanks for always being my friend. You've been with me forever. It's not what people try to make it into. And it's fucking weird to me that we've wasted, and I mean we, them, they've wasted that much time. Add a crock pot to your wish list. All right, 2 people said it. I'm going to do it. But I don't even know if it's the right wish list, so I don't know how to add it. We'll see. Thank you. I will be back tomorrow's Friday. I think tomorrow night. Thank you, Allison. I think tomorrow night I'll try to do a Colts and Crims with Tommy because I'm feeling better. We skipped it last Friday. I was way too sick. But I will be back tomorrow afternoon to do a stream on this channel. And then I'll give you a heads up about Colts and Crims. So Shannon, you can go over there and obsess about Tommy. And when I think about you, I touch myself. Because that's what you're going to have to do. Because he's just not into you, girl. And I'm so sorry. But there's plenty of other bald Crims out there in the world for you, I'm sure. Add a crock pot. Okay, that's the 3rd person. I'll do it. I'll try. Thank you again, guys. Hit subscribe. Thank you, mods, for being here. And for being under my spell. I appreciate that so much. Sorry, Mad Drop. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the super chats and the support and your time because it's incredibly valuable. Thank you. Yes, she's always in here, Allison. Always. She's always watching. Love you too, Hope. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Original Ann, I'm glad you made it. Joanne Hawley, I really love you. Thank you, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow. This has become a Midwest goodbye, and we got to get out of here.